and went to town just to get my kids McDonald's, and then I had to get gas on the way, right? No big deal. Shouldn't be that expensive. I put $30 in my gas tank, and it got me a quarter tank for $30 fucking. Then the McDonald's was $45 for my family. McDonald's, like bottom of the totem pole, fast food, $45. I just spent $75 to drive my happy ass to town and get McDonald's. What the McFuck is life, actually? I'm literally never leaving.
You don't need a job anymore. 50 grand a month could become your new normal. No bullshit. And you might think that I'm joking right now, but hear me out, because I'm about to tell you one of the biggest financial secrets wealthy people have quietly used for years. And watch this all the way to the end, because I got a surprise waiting for you I think you're going to love. So you know what a trust fund is, right? Most people think trust funds are just something rich families use to protect their money and pass it down to their kids. But what most people never realize is that plenty of people who start with almost zero also open trust funds, and they use them to become wealthy. Here's how it works. First, save this video so you can come back to it later. All right, imagine opening a trust, which, by the way, almost anyone can legally do right now. Next, you place an asset inside that trust. And if you're thinking, well, I don't have any assets, here's what many people do. They purchase a life insurance policy and place that policy inside the trust. Life insurance is accessible to almost anyone, and it's surprisingly affordable. Many people can secure $1 million policy for around $100 to $200 a month. Once that policy sits inside your trust, the trust effectively holds a $1 million asset. And then comes the strategy wealthy people use constantly. They borrow against their assets. So people like Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, they rarely keep their wealth sitting in a bank account. Their money is tied up in assets like stocks. So when they need capital, they borrow against those assets as collateral. And the same concept can apply here. With the policy inside your trust, the trust now has value you can borrow against. See where this is going? And when smart people borrow money, they don't spend it, they invest it. They buy businesses, acquire small franchises, partner with other investors, or purchase things like apartment buildings or commercial real estate. Once those investments begin generating profit, that profit pays off the loan that acquired the asset. Pretty cool, huh? And when the debt is gone, the businesses and properties continue producing income. That's how real financial freedom and generational wealth begins for a lot of people. And here's something else most people don't have a clue about. All right, there's another modern way that people are building wealth right now in 2026 and beyond, and that is flipping digital real estate. Digital assets like domain names. You can acquire some for as little as $7 and flip them for hundreds, sometimes thousands, with just 15 to 20 minutes a day. I do it all the time. You don't need to post content or show your face or make videos like this or anything like that. It's a brand new trend that leverages AI and one of the simplest online income models right now. If you want to see exactly how this works, click my profile. Check the link at the very top of my bio. Once you see it, you'll understand why people are moving into this fast.
What's up, America? It is too fucking difficult to live here in the United States in the year 2025. Holy fucking shit! I have never seen a time when people require so much necessity just to live in America, but also the price for those necessities are so high. Most of America's literally living paycheck to paycheck and hand to mouth. At the same time, the requirements of responsibility to survive here in the United States have never been greater. People used to live a simple life, and Jesus fucking Christ, is it complicated now and expensive. But if you don't have these expensive fucking bullshit objects, you can't survive. You have to have a car, you have to have a phone, you have to have internet just to do anything anymore. And this shit's just baked into American society now. You can barely survive without a phone, a car, or internet. What the fuck is going on here? On top of all that, prices have not come down whatsoever since Joe Biden's been president. Not a goddamn penny. Prices for housing is still just as high as it was 3 years into the Biden administration. Same with gas prices. Food prices in some cases are double or up more. Utility costs are going up. Has anyone noticed that? I sure as fuck have. Hello, red fucking flag. Winter's coming up. Car prices, insurance prices, health insurance is fucked. They're denying more people coverage even though people are paying more. Auto insurance is through the fucking roof. I mean, car lending companies are going bankrupt, ladies and gentlemen. The shit's really slapping in the fan. Have you noticed fewer jobs available? I've noticed it. Have you noticed stagnant pay? Sure have, bitch. Look, the necessity to live here in the United States as far as making your ends meet is through the roof and unacceptable. And people aren't living in ginormous luxury. I live in a double, by the way. This right here is the nicest part of the house. You know why I live in a double? Because I can't afford property taxes or a home or down payments. Nobody can anymore. It's fucking ridiculous. And then if you finally break that wall working 70 hours a week and you can finally do it, you're never even around to enjoy it. You drive your car to and from work, never actually going anywhere with it. You live in a big house that you pay for, but all you get to do is sleep in it. The days of having a vacation are fucking over with. Now, I know the Federal Reserve has a lot to do with prices staying high and companies are price gouging. And of course, the government's been inept when it comes to bringing prices down because Democrats are unwilling to do anything or make any policy and Republicans generally only help the rich. But what the fuck is the option here? What the fuck is everybody supposed to do? You can tell. There's just a general feeling. You can tell that it's getting slightly, little by little, more and more difficult every single week, bit by bit. Every one of you fucking people can feel it. I mean, just in the month of August, auto repair prices are up 15% in a goddamn month, not 5 years, a goddamn month. So whatever the fuck is going on with this whole system, we need to pump the fucking brakes and figure it the fuck out. Because 90% of you out there are struggling. No matter how much you make $120,000 a year, you're still being banged out financially. And the debt of everybody, don't even get me fucking started on the goddamn debt everybody owes. Holy fuck. So what's the end result here? 99.9% of all money going to the top 1,000 people, and it's basically Thunderdome to fight for bread to survive? I mean, I understand making money, the American dream. You come over here, you fucking start with nothing, you build it up through hard work, you make a $10 million company. That's great. That's what you're supposed to do. You're not that kind of wealth. You're a self-made man if you do that. But these motherfuckers up at the top 4 or 5%, yeah, you know what? Fuck you, asshole. You have a motherfucking enough. Everyone else on the planet is struggling except you. You know what that means? There's a fucking problem with your bitch asses. And I'm not some dumb fucking socialist, but I understand shit when I smell it. And the rich in this country, I can smell your motherfucking shit you're shoveling, bitch. I see what you're doing. You're gonna fucking make everybody fight back and forth and divide them while you pinch every penny and fuck us all financially. By the time everybody realizes it, you got us in fucking neo-feudalism. You know what? Fuck you. It's time to lead a charge against you pieces of shit.
60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse. Tariffs on Chinese products at 145% are about to kick in, which means everything you buy from China on Amazon or elsewhere is about to go through the roof. Grocery store shelves are starting to empty at Walmarts across the country. And of course, grocery prices continue to soar. People who've been financing groceries on credit are starting to default on those payments. We are about to see an economic catastrophe. If you're in this 60% that has little or no money, please stop spending money. Protect your family. Trump does not care about you. Even if you voted for him, he's a billionaire. He won't suffer, but you and your family will. Please protect yourself. 60% of the American public is about to lose everything they have. People living paycheck to paycheck are about to go broke. The GDP numbers came in yesterday, and of course, the economy receded, which I predicted 2 months ago, and people laughed. Mark my words, the second quarter is going to be far worse.
There's a specific kind of exhaustion people aren't talking about enough. It's the hopeless feeling of being an American in 2026. You work hard, sometimes multiple jobs, and still feel like you're falling behind. Groceries cost more, housing feels unreachable, childcare, education, healthcare, everything feels like a paywall to basic stability. And the worst part, it's not just financial, it's emotional. It's the constant feeling that no matter how carefully you plan, the ground keeps shifting under your feet, that the rules change faster than you can adapt, that the future you were promised keeps getting delayed or quietly taken away. If you're feeling numb, discouraged, or disconnected, you're not weak. You're responding normal to an abnormal system. Here's the part that they don't tell you. Even when systems feel unstable, your future doesn't have to. Here are 3 ways to build a brighter future regardless of what happens next. Number 1, shrink the system's grip on your life. This doesn't mean dropping out of society. It means reducing dependence wherever possible. Skills over credentials, flexibility over loyalty, multiple income streams over one fragile paycheck. The less you rely on the institution, the less power it has over your peace. Number 2, rebuild community on a human scale. The system thrives on isolation, but real resilience comes from shared resources, shared knowledge, and shared care. Neighbors, parents, creators, small circles, these are the safety nets that actually catch people when things fall apart. Number 3, raise ourselves and our kids to think independently, not just how to survive, but how to adapt, how to question, how to build, how to pivot. The future belongs to people who can learn fast, create value, and think beyond the script they were handed. This moment feels heavy because it is heavy, but history shows us something very important. Every broken system eventually gives way to people who learned how to build something better, and that can be us.
Alright, this is your second and final warning, guys, and I'm dead serious about this because yesterday I dropped another video on my other channel telling people that they had to watch it before April 12th, 2026, and it has absolutely exploded. It went 1.3 million views overnight. Why? Well, because what's happening right now is bigger than any of you realize. Something massive is shifting and almost nobody is prepared for it. The same thing happened about 40 years ago now, and it's finally starting again. And if you can catch it early this time, it could completely change your life. Now look, that has nothing to do with drop shipping, affiliate marketing, crypto, or any of that other recycled online garbage. This is something totally new. It's something nobody's talking about yet, and that's why right now it's wide open. Zero competition, a total blue ocean. And look, it doesn't matter who you are, where you're from, or how many times you probably tried and failed in the past. That's okay. If you can type words on a keyboard, you can do this, and you don't even need to show your face. So here's what I need you to do first. Save this video, because you're gonna wanna come back to it later. Then I want you to jump down into the comments right now and tell me the amount of money you want to be earning every single month this year. Is your goal $5,000 a month? Maybe it's $10,000. Maybe it's even $100,000. Look, it doesn't matter how big the number is. What matters is you say it. So drop it into the comments right now to prove you can follow directions. Because if you can follow just a few simple instructions, you can make this work. Now I want you to follow this profile because I'm dropping the next piece of the puzzle tomorrow, and trust me, you do not want to miss it. And when you click through to my profile, you're going to see a link at the very top of my bio. This is very important. That link walks you through everything in full detail, but it's coming down on April 12th. After that, it's gone. I watched the entire process myself, and it completely changed how I see money, freedom, and opportunity. I didn't sleep that first night I saw it. It's that powerful. So go ahead, hit that link. You're gonna understand exactly why people are losing their minds over this, and I know you're gonna thank me later.
2026 has had a really rocky start, so let me walk you through everything that's happened to me so far this year. So day 3, January 3rd, I get COVID and the flu from going out on New Year's. I miss work for 8 fucking days. I have to use 5 days of PTO because I could not break my fever until day 5, and I didn't even test positive for everything until day 5. So I couldn't get it under control. For 5 whole days, I almost had to go to the hospital because my fever was 103 and I could not break it at all. But then I get fixed and I'm like, okay, 2026 is my year. I'm not letting this affect me. Bam, snowmageddon, ice storm. No power for 6 days. I have to evacuate my house. I go to this person's apartment, stay there, bring my cat, live there for 5 days. But then the power comes back on. Yay, everything's back to normal. We go home. A homeless woman broke into our home and slept in my bed and robbed me. She stole from me. At that point, we were empathetic. We were like, all right, no biggie. You know, it was freezing. We totally understand nothing. We were never in danger. It's fine. But then she kept coming back. She came back 3 separate times and stole our packages and stole our mail. So at that point, I'm like, all right, I don't feel safe living here anymore. I'm moving. I move into this apartment. But then she keeps coming back to steal our packages, so we have to file a police report and testify in court. Of course, she's not mentally competent enough to sign a plea agreement, so there's no resolution yet. But whatever. I'm like, all right, I've moved. I'm out of danger. I'm fine. Moving was the most stressful week of my life though, and I was so overwhelmed. Like my boss and my roommate were like, are you okay? Like, you don't seem like you're really mentally doing that well. I wasn't. I wasn't. So of course I'm a little overwhelmed. Like, I just got robbed. I just moved. What do you think is wrong with me? So then I'm working normally. I get like 1 month of peace. I go into work on fucking St. Patrick's Day Saturday. My manager pulls me into the back room. She says, today's gonna be your last day. I get fucking fired. Never been fired in my life. Also, in the worst financial crisis of my life right now, I have no money left. Just moved, just fully furnished an apartment. I'm out of money and I lose my job. So I call my dad, I'm freaking out, I'm crying on the phone. And he's like, just file for unemployment. You'll be fine. I'm like, yes, okay, you're so right. I'll file for unemployment. Guess what? I still haven't gotten unemployment. It's been 3 weeks. 3 weeks. I tried to file with Tennessee, but they're like, you have wages in Kentucky, so you can file with Kentucky, blah, blah, blah. I'm still waiting on even being approved or not. I'm probably not gonna get it. So I'm unemployed. I start babysitting because I'm like, I need money somehow. I have nothing to rely on, and I can't just sit here for a month and do nothing. I need to eat, blah, 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 all these things. So then this past weekend, it's my birthday. All my friends are coming in. I'm like, yes, things are looking up. I'm getting my hair done. I have enough money, kind of. Not really. And then I go out and I have a grand old time, except for night 1 of my birthday. We go to the bar. Guess who we fucking see? The man who threatened to leak my nudes. And the girl he's talking to taps on my brother's shoulder and starts asking him about his t-shirt that he's wearing. I'm like freaking the fuck out. I'm like, I have not spoken to this man since June, and it was not a good breakup. He obviously threatened to leak my nudes. So I'm like, hey, let's like leave. Let's like move over here. I don't want to talk to them. And my brother's like, why'd you pull me away? Why'd you pull me? I'm like, do you not remember when you met this man that he's the one that threatened to leak my nudes? And he, of course, you know, being the brother that he is, walks right up to him. It's like, hey, you're the guy that threatened to leak my sister's nudes. You're a piece of shit. And my brother's like, all right, you fucking F-slur, go fuck a woman and see what happens. I'm hyperventilating at the bar. Pretty much sets the tone for the weekend, and I'm like thinking about that for the rest of the night, and I'm like, this man who I like genuinely cared for once is like being a horrible piece of shit to me. Well, then the weekend picks up. Vibes are good. I'm getting drunk on Broadway. Things are okay. Monday rolls around. The family that I babysit for, they're out of town. I'm not making any money this week. You want to know what my net worth right now is? $200. $200 with no money coming in. I officially have no more money coming in. So I'm at the point where I have to go home to my parents' house this weekend so that I'm physically not tempted to go out and hang out with my friends, so that I do not spend this money, because you never know what's gonna happen. And also so I don't have to make meals for myself. 2026. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. I haven't.